Right next to the house where I used to live was an enormous old oak tree that must have been decades old. It belonged to the resident behind our house, but caused us great nuisance. In autumn, it would scatter massive amounts of dead leaves in our yard. And being so aged, the base was rotted 23 meters up, always looking on the verge of toppling onto our house. On windy days, our whole family would be on edge, wondering if today was the day it would finally fall. We brought it up with the neighbor several times, but he stubbornly refused, saying, "It's on my property, you've no right to complain." So we had half given up. But one fiercely windy day, a thick branch finally snapped off, falling not on our house, but the adjacent home. Roof tiles were smashed, it was awful. The damage led to talks of compensation, and at last the old tree was cut down. 1 year after the old tree's removal, a splendid 6-story condominium was built in its place. The neighbor's grandmother moved into the top floor as building manager. One night when I was walking home from the station, the condo was visible from far off, a landmark near my house. As I drew closer, I noticed a hazy, fog-like murk hanging around the top floor area. Step by step it came into focus. Floating in the misty white smoke were countless severed heads. Each head had a different face, men and women, young and old. But there was one thing they all shared. Every face wore a broad grin. A few days later, the old manager woman jumped from the roof to her death. Dementia was blamed, but could that be all? Because first, the swarm of heads was right above her unit. And another thing, her direct cause of death. It wasn't impact from jumping. She was pierced through the throat by a tree branch on the ground. To me, it reeked of curse and grudge from the old tree. What do you think?